allergies becoming a big problem. You guys have allergy problems?
I do, yes.
Yes, and I think we're hearing more and more about that. And so we are obviously going to be dealing with a very long fire season unless something changes rather soon. We're also dealing with a pretty significant, season for allergies. So what's going on here? Well, gusty winds, obviously a lot of dry air is kicking up a lot of allergens here across the metro area. And remember, we're a difficult allergy place to begin with because we have a big time difference between the foothills elevations and down into the valley. So that leaves us a very long season to bloom across the area. So we end up with big problems in that respect. And not only that, but we also have a problem with, well, yes, the male cottonwood trees, which initially they thought that the cottonwood trees that produce the cotton, the female trees, were the problem. They weren't. It was the male trees that were the problem. So we have a ton of them across the valley. That's an issue, obviously, and real high pollen levels across the board here. So if you're feeling this, so are a lot of other people, and we really could use some more rain and snow to start to tamp things down at least a little bit here, but that's not what we're going to see. Fire weather watches in place for Wednesday and beyond across a good portion of the state to exclude our high mountain ranges. And those are the only areas left with any sort of snow, and even that is starting to dwindle. As you can see right now, got a few clouds around, but not much else. 51 degrees in the metro area. South-southeast winds at 10 miles an hour. Temperatures 30s and 40s off to the north, down to the south, 40s and 50s. And looking at today's highs, a little cooler than what we had at this point yesterday. 65 for a high day in Albuquerque, 70 down in Socorro, 71 down in Roswell. And we have a couple of storm systems that are going to end up going to our north. But our problem is not much is going to head right here in throughout the southwest. So look for mild conditions overnight tonight and then tomorrow. Breezy across the east, but otherwise dry, very comfortable temperature-wise. And the next storm system gets pretty close. Goes through Colorado, dumps a bunch of snow there, may even give us a little bit in the San Juans north of Durango and Pagosa Springs. But this thing's not going to come quite far enough to the south to bring a lot of rain and snow. But what it will do is rip the winds across the area here in a major way Wednesday and especially Thursday, where we could see wind gusts easily over 50 miles an hour across the north. And they could go above that as well, with the storm system pushing all the moisture on out of here. And so we end up on the backside of that with dry conditions, and we're also going to see obviously very high fire danger on the way. There will be a one-day cool down or so on Thursday. We're going to see the temps come down, but then they'll start to rise again Friday and into the weekend. A difficult go here, and it doesn't look like much is headed our direction until early March at the earliest. 50s across southwestern Colorado, cool in the morning, then some sunshine, and again, the chance of that snow coming in late Wednesday into early Thursday, but most of that's going to be in the San Juan. 61 Farmington, 64 in Gallup, 65 out in Grants, mostly sunny and mild over to the southwest. Mostly sunny skies here. Temperatures for the most part in the 70s over to the southeast, getting into the 80s for the next couple of days before a cool down and then a little bit of a temperature roller coaster ride beyond that. Meanwhile, off to the northeast, sunny and breezy. But these winds are nothing compared to what's headed our way coming up for Wednesday and Thursday. Same deal over the northern mountains, where it's going to be windy early on. Then the winds will come down a little bit, and then they really crank up Wednesday and Thursday as well. East Mountains, mostly sunny skies, 63 in Cedar Crest, 65 out into Harris, and finally right here in the metro area, actually rather mild overnight. And tomorrow afternoon, high 60s and low 70s, staying in the high 60s Wednesday, cooling a bit on Thursday. If you'd like to cry with me on Twitter, we can do that at KRQE Mark.